Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rival Bros. It is morning. Got the coffee. It's not the morning coffee show. That's going to be back again tomorrow, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But we are back with Rival Bros on a different time because Edip is traveling and we needed to get this one in because otherwise he's going to bitch and moan that we're avoiding it. So we figured we would just record it earlier, but record it either way. Actually, we're doing this live as well. So maybe we'll have some people jump on along the way. I'm your host, in which you're representing Liverpool here, and happy for once is Edip over there at Old Trafford. What's going on?
Here's to the victory at Anfield. It's 6 o'clock here, or it's 6 p.m. anywhere in the world. So
yes, it's 6 o'clock somewhere, as they say, I guess. But we'll start with our game first. There's a couple of things around like the Premier League we got to get to as well. I'll ask you this because obviously we've been talking about it over the last 2 days on the channel over here. But I'll ask you that as a United fan, is that like based on how the game unfolded? Because I mean, look, if there is not a first goal minutes, the posts and stuff like that, obviously if you look at the result on games like this at the end of the day, and the fan reaction is based on the game. I think the fan reaction from the Liverpool side is more because it's the fourth game in a row, as opposed to just losing. I mean, everybody was calling, like I saw online, people calling it embarrassing and stuff like that. I mean, partially, it's considered embarrassing now because United is not the old United. But I thought performance-wise, it wasn't that embarrassing. It was poor, but I didn't think it was embarrassing when you do create so many chances. And actually, we were talking about it yesterday. In terms of XG, this game was about the same as the 7-0 game. But the game ended up exactly what we thought, what we said it was going to be. It was about, what the goalkeepers are going to do, who's going to be clinical. You even said you guys would score 2. In most days, with that XG, you would expect Liverpool to score more, but they don't. They hit the post. They still look dysfunctional. So how do you take the win? Is this like a smash and grab, smartly played, or like how much stock do you put on it as a United fan?
okay, I think we have talked about this. We have. I told you we will score 2. And Amorim and United played the only way they could play at Anfield. And we thought how they are going to hold the game or try to hold the game. And I even said if we score early, then that would be a bonus. And we scored in the first minute. Now, embarrassing, I wouldn't know. But it is embarrassing in some way that this turned out to be the exact same game as you played against Galatasaray. A game you would think you would win, which I mean, on paper, Liverpool was, and after 3 losses, you would have thought you would come up with many other things. Yes, there were posts. Yes, we were lucky at some points. But if the United wasn't the United that lost the confidence and a bit more united, as it were, then we would have
scored. Are we going like 20 years before, or what? How far?
No. I mean, if you go back to where United is at the same playing ground as Liverpool, United would have scored a lot more. We were very content, and it shows you because 1-0, it becomes 1-1. We scored almost immediately after that. United could have gone for more goals, but they wouldn't because we have talked about this. If you open up that game, Liverpool will take care of you.
But I mean, that was like a smart way to approach it. But I mean, Ole has tried this in the past, and like other managers have tried it, like parking the bus. I mean, Mourinho and everybody, but it's just not the same way. And you got to ride your luck sometimes. Like I say, if those don't hit the post and go in, the game could have changed in the first half. Obviously, the goal doesn't come in the first minute. The game changes in the first half. Obviously, there was like a lot of complaints about Oliver leaving McAllister on a heap on the ground. And I saw some defense about, it came from his own teammate, which the initial one looks like from Mbeumo. but that's the moot point anyway. It
Oh,
doesn't
it's
matter.
not,
It's like a head injury. It doesn't matter if
doesn't
he,
matter though. No.
yeah, if like a rocket landed on his head, either way. And the dude, that I mean, like Slot said it, like, and this brings back to, I think we talked about this before. We talked about this here, and we talked about it in our podcast with Fenerbahce and stuff, where players faking head injuries, and injuries in general. What game were we watching? I think it was a Fenerbahce's game. We were talking about like people who are looking like they're about to die in pain were up and running in like 3 seconds. And I think it's the players ruining it for players at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, wow. If it's the other way around, if it was the other way around, and Oliver stopped the game, who actually is officiating the Galatasaray game this week against?
Yeah, I know you told me that. I would watch my head. So keep your head on a swivel in that game, because the game is not going to be stopping. Yeah.
No, exactly. And he stopped the game in other circumstances where there were head injuries or blah blah. But the thing is, if it was the other way around, it happened very quickly. And to be honest with you, I have to, or you have to give credit to United. They wanted the score from minute one. They wanted to score. They
I don't
were
know.
there.
It's kind of hard to tell. It was like 30 seconds in. Like you
No,
didn't
no,
even
no.
know the intent. Actually, the interesting thing is we don't even know the intent, right? Like, because they got the lead so early. It's almost like they started the game 1-0. We don't even know if they were going to come out attacking or they were going to come out and be like, okay, we're going to sit.
Not attacking. We said that would be stupid. But as soon as we got the ball, we thought about scoring. This is the thing, isn't it? If the pass didn't go that way and we were attacking, Oliver would have stopped the game in about 10 more seconds. But he didn't stop it in the first few seconds, and the ball went to the right wing, and it was going. If he stopped it there, then you would be very disappointed if it was Liverpool or if it was Fenerbahce, because that's the intent. If they passed it to the side and sort of take their time, then Oliver would have stopped the game in any case.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 10 seconds or whatever. But let's face it, he should have stopped the game. I mean, in all fairness, and you were like, saying like, oh, but I mean, I even sent it to you, like Goldbridge himself saying, you know what, if it was against United, I'd be pissed. And I think it's fair because the ball goes out wide. If the initial ball over there goes inside the box, I can see it. But the ball goes out wide first. So he has time to stop it there. The ball is out wide, and then it's played into Mbeumo running. I kind of expected him to stop it there. I mean, everybody was saying this is United. You should be able to overcome a 1-0 deficit, which is fair, and they should have, and they had the chances to do it. They just couldn't finish. But at the same time, it changes the entire complexion of the game, the mentality and the morale and everything too.
Yeah, but bear in mind, it was about minute 10, wasn't it? Or 15th minute. We were 1-0 up. You were attacking, obviously, and it showed the odds on the top left.
They were still favored.
51% to Liverpool. I mean, nobody. I mean, I think we were about 20 or 12% or whatever.
Probably before the game, yeah.
So no, the thing, the embarrassing part, if it was that, I don't think it was embarrassing.
I don't think it was it. I think it'd be embarrassing, like I say, because it's fourth in a row, and more importantly, United is such a low right now. It's expected to be, an easier game, if you will.
Yeah. Plus, I think the embarrassing part is that you are running out of ideas opening defenses, and these defenses are very much aware how Liverpool will be coming at them.
See, everybody's saying that, but when you had that yesterday, it's just a matter of like finishing to me. It wasn't about creating in that game. It was more about finishing.
Confidence. That's what it comes to.
I mean,
that's what we talked about.
Confidence when it hits the post. I mean, for example, that 7-0 game, they could have farted and the wind will blow the ball into the goal. That's the way it felt. Like anything we touched turned into goal. And then there is the other extreme where, as we say in Turkish, if it doesn't happen, if it's not gonna, it doesn't happen, it's not gonna happen. Is that what the direct translation is?
Yeah. Give me. When it doesn't go in, it doesn't go in. Yeah, exactly.
On a normal day, it's somewhere in the middle, right? Like, it might tilt one day. Those are the two extremes. On a normal day, it's somewhere in the middle. It just felt like it was in the Turkish saying parts more than anything else. When it hits the post and, like people sitting clear-cut chances, like Gakpo's header, Isak misses one, Mo misses one. That
Does
could
that
be
show the nerves,
confidence.
though?
That could be, I don't know, like frustration, which probably is due to confidence too.
Does that show the nerves of the Liverpool forwards, though? Not the
I mean,
posts,
bear in
obviously.
mind, this is not United. We're not used to losing a lot. So,
Okay.
especially these guys,
Wow.
especially
I
these
wouldn't say
guys
that.
are not used to. So
It
this
is
is
way
like a
too
new
early.
territory for them to
Yeah.
have a losing streak that they got to get out of and stuff like that, because they're used to a hiccup here and there and coming back from it. This is more of like a crisis mode now because it's back to back to back. I think the frustration and more than frustration, I think it's impatience. Like maybe like taking an extra half a second to get that done. But when you look at, I mean, I'm not talking for the post, but for like Gakpo's, Isak's, and Mo's, it's just a matter of, I think it's more impatience than anything else because we're not
Yeah.
used to the situation.
Yusuf,
Especially like a guy like Mo, Gakpo, guys who've been here for a while are not used to being in a situation where, I mean, they're not going to be underdogs or anything like that, but they're not favored heavily, if you will.
okay. A question for you. I know you have learned from last season that you shouldn't be giving your all to the Champions League, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I think this has started because you came to Istanbul. We don't have to win. The question is, if Klopp was in charge, would you come to Istanbul like that? I know he sometimes pitched different players, unexpected squads, unexpected 11s, but you would see in those squads that they are there to win, not to pass the 90 minutes and maybe get a point.
See, I don't think it was like, I don't think they came to Istanbul to just, hang out and get a draw and come back. I mean, let's face it, apart from Galatasaray's penalty, which is like a fucking dubious penalty at best, only a penalty in Champions League, never in the Premier League, right? That's never going to be called in the Premier League. So aside from that, it's not like Galatasaray like threatened or anything. Liverpool were the ones with the ball. I mean, Galatasaray defended for their life, which especially after they get the lead, they're going to do that. I don't think that's what that was. The only thing last year's slot would do, and Klopp would probably do, which I don't want either, is because that's what happened at the end to Henderson, Fabinho, and Gini and stuff, is run the legs off. Because here's another thing, the way we played under Klopp was a lot more intense as well and a lot more taxing. So those legs got twice the mileage in one game as they would in probably a slot system kind of a deal. So I don't think it's like the approach at all, though. I mean, I don't think that changes. Like when they go to Frankfurt now, I think what will happen is it's a better opportunity. Like if you go look at the Klopp teams and you talk about those weird 11s, right? You could come out in those weird 11s, have a great game. Okay, thanks for everything. Go back, sit down. I think the difference now is it's like people like Chiesa, Frimpong, Ekitike, like Wirtz, like people we expect to play tomorrow. They can have a good performance and kind of make their way in to the starting lineup. Whereas in the past, doesn't matter what the hell you did. We had our 11. So you're sitting over there. Like Bob says, manage the squad players better. No. One, I don't think the squad was as deep, to be fair to Klopp. And two, Klopp did not trust players unless they were there for a long time. Pavino didn't start for months. Robertson didn't start for months. That's like managing the squad better. That's basically not throwing you out there until there's like full confidence that you know what we're going to do. Partially because of the system. But I mean, how many Klopp never subbed. That was like the biggest change when Slot came over. Like we never subbed till the 80th. I don't know, Bob, how you can say he managed the squad better. I think there were less people on the sideline looking to come on. Like you had guys who knew that they were role players. Like Divock Origi is a great example, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, Bob, but that was not by choice. If it was by choice, those guys never hit the pitch till like the 80th minute. Let's face it. So I think that's what I'm talking about. There's more options now. Like, he never had a choice to, do I start Bobby or do I start Brewster was the choice. Now, is it Ekitike or Isak?
That was his advantage, though, wasn't it? I mean, he had.
Yeah, I mean, that was his style.
Yeah, no, I mean, the players that he had. I mean, Mane, Mo, Firmino. So he had a pretty solid squad, which didn't give him much choice to actually change. Oh, shall I play Mane? Of course, you will play
Yeah,
Mane.
exactly. Yeah,
but
some managers like a smaller squad, some managers like a bigger squad.
Yeah, but I agree with Bob at one point. Still had cohesion parts. That was what I tried to say to you.
No,
more.
See, I don't agree with that at all. Come on.
No, okay.
We saw some EPL games, FA Cup games. Let's not go back there. This is so much revisionist history over here with Klopp era that it blows my mind. And I love the dude. I sent the interview. We'll probably talk about that maybe next week because I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned over there. He talked a lot about United, actually, because the dude interviewing him is United. But let's not do this revisionist history. The moment we change 3-4 people in Klopp's system, we look so freaking disjointed, as any team would. So let's not pretend it wasn't happening. It was worse under Klopp's system because you had to press high so much and press in a certain way that when you didn't do that, it looked like crap. And that's why Fabinho didn't play for a month. That's why, Robertson did they play for a month, because until he knew you were going to be in the same exact spot you should be in when we're pressing. Because if you're not, we're wide open in the back, which actually brings me to this game. I really feel like that's our biggest weakness right now is our front three's defending is the worst defending we've gotten out of our front three. That's why I've been saying this for the last
bearing in mind, it doesn't compare anywhere close to the United back four or the two for that matter. I mean, Konate.
No, I mean in terms of
Konate was exceptional in the game. I thought
Konate was good. Van Dijk was extremely poor.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I mean, we have a very good firepower up front. Cunha was exceptional. I thought he's strong. There were a couple of moments in the game that they couldn't get him down, and it was like 70th, 75th minute. Konate couldn't get him down, and he wouldn't go down. So I admire that in Cunha. He didn't score a goal, or he didn't look dangerous in the goal area, but I think he was very useful.
He's doing more of the physical work that you would think Šeško was bought to do.
Exactly. Right? Šeško didn't turn out to be that physical at all. I mean, he's there just to make a header, I think, isn't he? He looks like that anyway. But there are two things I would like to bring up on the United side, if I may. I watched the press conference of Amorim before the game.
Oh, before the game. Okay.
There are two things that I did admire. One of them is, it was my point.
That's why you admired it.
Exactly. That during the week, they asked him during the week, Ratcliffe's message that he's backing Amorim, and that comes from the owner and the Omar guy, the CEO. Blah, blah.
Really? I didn't like the kiss of death or what?
Well, it would sound like that, wouldn't it, if you lost the game? But before the game, they asked him that, and this was before the game. So I think that was a message to Amorim and to the players as well. That was number one. The second one, I admired his dedication to his captain. I don't know if he deserves it or not. You know how I feel. But they asked him about the penalties that he's missing.
Mhm.
So he said, unless he says, I don't want to take them, Bruno is our guy. So he placed full confidence in him. He says he's working hard. People figured out how he's sort of putting those away, and now he has to change his technique, his thing of taking penalties, and he's working hard on that. And unless he says, I'm not to take this and gives it away, I'm not going to take it away from him. So I think it's two things. The same with Fenerbahce and Talisca, for example,
I
this
was gonna
week.
say, like, we had the
Yeah.
same situation, and we definitely wanted it changed.
Yes,
Right?
but he for example, Talisca actually placed the last 6 or 7 penalties to the left of the keeper, and 4 of those or 3 of those were saved, and the keeper still went that way, and he changed his style, and he put it to the right this time, to the right of the keeper. So, but what I'm saying is this: going back to Fernandez. It's his captain. I mean, Radcliffe not ratting out Amorim, and Amorim not ratting out Bruno. I hope Fernandez learns from it and not rat out Euro from now. That's being a team. I think it was crucial for United to get this win, 2 in a row. That guy is going for a haircut in 3 weeks. I don't know, but
No, how
we'll
many do they
see.
have to get back to back?
5. So 3 more.
Who is? Yeah, the hair is in danger over here. Who?
It is
I don't
actually.
know. Let me look at the
They're
schedule real
playing
quick. I don't know if you
playing
know
Brighton.
offhand.
They're playing Brighton this week.
Let's see. I mean, it's very doable. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Brighton at home, Forest away, which we'll talk about next.
Yeah.
The and
Your
then
guy is there now.
Spurs away.
Yeah. Well, I think it is doable. Uh, the thing is, you were saying this when we first started this program, when I was optimistic to get results. You said the problem was you get a few and then have a loss and start
Yeah.
all over again. And I think this win, apart from the Burnley win or the Sunderland win, blah, blah, this is the precious one to build up on. So if the players believe they're not getting rid of Amorim in close future, so in near future, so they will be more into their game, I think. Still,
I don't know. To be fair, you said this about Wolves when they signed Pereira to an
I
extension.
know. That I'm very sorry for our guy Vitor. But the other thing, the third thing that I was going to tell you about is from the press conference, is the keeper. So I think is he Schmeichel in disguise? Well, I hardly think so, but he has brought a new confidence to the back four as well. I think, although he didn't
The
make a
one, by
lot
the
of,
way, sorry to cut
yeah,
you
I
off.
mean, he
I
didn't
didn't
make
watch
saves, but
this.
yeah, but that's two good games in a row.
Where he handles it outside the box.
Yeah,
Did you see that one? Is it
yes,
outside the box?
no,
Okay,
definitely not.
I had to go back and see because I think that's when I was kind of driving, so it was on next to me. But obviously, I'm driving,
No, it
so
wasn't.
I'm more listening to it than directly watching. It was only a 5-minute drive, but I think it happened during then because I don't remember like seeing it, and because we were talking about it on the podcast yesterday, and I did not really watch it. I have to go back and see if he handled it outside the box or not. So you're saying because they were saying that it's not reviewable, and if they did review it, it was probably outside. You're saying it's inside.
Renewable. What the hell does
Go back
that
and
mean?
see.
What
Because
does
if
it
he
mean?
handles it outside, it's a red card offense. But
Yes,
it's
but
one of
why
the
is it
ones
not?
that they can't review apparently for VAR, which is really stupid.
It is stupid.
That's
Yeah.
what the broadcast over here said. Basically, the refereeing expert that they have on hand all the time, that they ask 3 questions over the 90 minutes. I think they were told
So
that
is that one where they sort of look at the rules? Do I say it's outside or not? That is stupid. I mean,
no,
if
they don't review it. Like it's not reviewable.
okay, but
Like VAR
if
can't
you were
intervene and
sitting
say, "Hey,
there in
by the
the
way, that was outside the box."
Yeah, okay, but if you're sitting in the war room, I mean, if you were sitting in the war room and the play is going on, wouldn't you say, uh,
Dude, that was out. Like,
exactly? Do you want to take a look at that just for our
but
own?
you can't. That's what I mean. Like even
You
if you
can.
want to, you
Ah,
can.
you
This
can.
something like this happened in a game where we actually blamed the call afterwards because there was one missed call that they couldn't intervene. So we were like, it's in the back of his head. I can't remember which game this was. It's probably like a season or so ago
So
that it
they
came
can't
back. They were
actually.
like, I gotta pay this back somehow.
It's they can't actually look at it themselves. They can't review it with the ref. But do they say to the guy, "Rewind this, please. I want to look at this. I'm not going to intervene, but I'm curious."
You would think so. Like this is what
Yeah,
they do, right? Because I mean, they're not
exactly.
gonna
I mean, they're sitting
intervene.
there.
I don't
Hey,
know. They implemented this thing over here now in American football where there is somebody like you had to challenge and stuff like that, similar to like basketball.
okay.
But now, I mean, people were getting pissed because holes were being blown and challenges wasted because of like apparent blown calls, right? Because he's like, and then he can't challenge anymore because he has only so many challenges. Like, it's not my
Yeah.
fault you guys make 10 bad calls and I only have 2 challenges, kind of thing. So now they implemented this thing where they kind of can look at it and say, no, 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 like
Hmm.
you don't even need to challenge. We looked at that. That's not like catch
Didn't
or
know that.
it's the first
Mm.
down or something like that. I don't know if they will ever do that. We can't even figure out how to use VAR on a consistent basis. So I'm afraid
No,
to introduce any more technology to these jackasses. But
no, exactly. Another question for you: where did the 8 minutes come from? Apart from Oliver's backside, where was the 8 minutes in the second half that
I
wasn't
think
played?
it's a lot of the substitutions because they add so much per substitution, is what I'm
8 minutes.
assuming.
8 minutes.
Well, I
Eight.
mean, I know we subbed 5. You guys did what, 4?
But you do it in 2 goals, don't you? 3 goals.
They did it in 3 goes, right?
Yeah.
I think they add so many per. And obviously, you guys were kind of like trying to slow the game down. Like he warned, who was it that was taking the throw? And I was like, is he
Dallo.
ever going to take?
Dallo.
Yeah.
He won Dallo twice. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what that was. Like he's just like adding time. Because I know one of them, he said, this is going straight in. And I don't
Like
know
this.
what that means. Like, is that 30 seconds? Is that 60 seconds? Because I don't think they announce it in the game. I was like actually an AR in the game, and the dude was like, I'm adding 2 minutes for this. I was like, 2 minutes? It took 10 seconds. Like, I'm like, we gotta go home, man. Like, we're getting paid by the game over here, not by the hour. But yeah, he said, like, I'm adding 2 minutes for this. I was like, God damn it. It's like it was 10
Yeah.
seconds. So I don't think they're saying that, but when he points to the watch, I think automatically it's being added. Like maybe he's saying to the fourth ref, like that will be 30 seconds. I don't know how
No,
they're
he's
figuring
just
this
saying
out.
to Anfield, I'm trying my best here, guys.
I think he's like, yeah, I already fucked up
That's
enough in
exactly what
the
he's
game.
saying.
Well,
Yeah.
that could be going back to, I think that was outside the box. Let's give him an extra 5 minutes too. So it's like one of those. But
Trying to, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like Liverpool goes into actually, like Bob says, Konate and Gakpo. I thought Gakpo was. I mean,
Gakpo was good.
Gakpo is the
Konate was very
Gomez
good.
of the front line. Where if it's not going well, he's the scapegoat. I mean, the dude hit the post 3 times. It's kind of hard to harp on a dude who hit
When
the
is the
post like
third
3
time?
times.
It's Fernandez's deflection.
Yeah, like that's more of like a cross.
Yeah,
But
it
then,
was a cross.
like he could have hit
Deflection
it and
from
went
Fernandez.
in. It kind of like
Yeah,
hit it and like went to the side. But the first one, I mean, the other 2 are just like unlucky. They're just like it's
they
like
were
it's,
unlucky.
it's one of those games. The Turkish saying works like a charm, where if it's not gonna happen, it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
There has to be a better translation for this. We're gonna have to work on that and come back.
yeah.
But speaking of not happening, is Ange and Nottingham Forest. I mean,
That was
is this the Mediterranean school of club ownership happening at Forest? Because it seemed very Turkish league like, where he got 40 days. First of
and
all, I blame Ange because he went to a team. We know how the dude plays. And if I told you, hey, pick a team that's closest to your style, Forest would probably be on the bottom of that list. So for him to take that job didn't make sense in the first place. I think we even talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it here, but I know definitely we talked about it in the morning show that it just made no freaking sense, especially a guy like that who could have waited another month. and would have another job. It's not like,
Apart,
I can understand if you're
apart
like
from the Greek connection, doesn't make sense. Apart from the Greek connection,
yeah, but he's Australian. I mean, I don't. He's has some Greek, obviously, in that last name. But
no,
no
he was
offense,
saying
that should be a reason not to freaking take it, knowing the Greek connection and how that works.
exactly. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
So, what do you make
And
of that? I mean, it's just such a
that's
stupid career
stupid,
move, as far as I'm concerned. But
stupid leadership and management. That's what I would think. If it was in Turkey, you would say it's just another day in the office. if it comes, if it happens in the Premier League, we still kind of say, "Oh, that is stupid." But I don't know. Maybe in 10 years, it will be the norm in the Premier League too. I don't know.
do you
This
think
is
it ever will be? Because it's just poor. There's a lot of slots talks right now, especially the Klopp interview came out. So anybody who didn't listen to the interview and only listened to a short where he says it's possible. Whereas if
yeah,
you didn't listen to it, you realize what he's saying actually, and it's not as possible anytime soon, based on what he's saying. And so like there was a lot of like slot. I feel like that's, thank God the club is being run by smart businessmen. And I know we hate business in sports, but smart business does not make management changes like that. Whereas
correct.
an emotional management, like we see in Turkey and Greece leagues and stuff like that, does.
Yeah. What about after Frankfurt?
No,
What
I
would
mean
you?
that's like one more game. Like I don't think, the thing is it's a really tough run until the international break. And
Yes.
after the international break, it's a lot of easier games. You're playing PSV at home, you're playing Karabakh at home, you're playing like, Wolves at home and stuff like that. So it becomes a lot easier. But then until then, you have like Real Madrid, you have City and stuff like that. So you have to get a couple of scores there. But I don't think there is any way in hell you gave this guy $500 million to spend. Oh, but he won a lot of it, and we sold some guys and stuff like that. But you do not give him this money to build a team to remove him and get somebody else. He's gonna have to. And I honestly, this is like we talked about this like last night too. We're kind of like building a team that's post Mo Salah, after the Mo Salah era. But the problem is the pieces are there, but we're still trying to keep Mo Salah in that picture. And it's going to take some time to figure that part out. Because, I mean, when you do formations where it looks ideal for what you have right now in terms of talents, and then you're like, oh, you put the pieces in, and then you have most piece in your hand. You're like, oh, shit, and then you have to go change it again. And I think that's what's happening. But Mo in his form would be a blessing. It's going to be, Gali was saying this on the podcast last night. Slots probably can't wait for AFCON, because then he will not have the drama of not playing Mo or something like that. Mo is not going to be there, so it's a lot easier to make those decisions.
Sell him to Fenerbahçe.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. I'm sure Turkish papers will start instantly.
Yeah.
The moment it happens. I don't know, for like 400,000 a week or whatever, but that's like a different story.
So your guy is in Forest now. I think he's a perfect fit, don't you?
Who's my guy?
Your douchebag is in.
Oh, the douchebag is a perfect fit. Yes, because that's the
Isn't it?
defensive team, right? Defensive team playing on the counter. That's what they were like strong at. Why would you bring a guy that plays like a ridiculously obnoxious high line with fast center backs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
When, unless you said, hey, we want to play like this now. I'm sick of watching us defend or something.
Yeah, well, then you would change the whole team, wouldn't you?
Yes. And he can't change it in
Exactly.
44 days in freaking like September.
Yeah.
That's why
I think
hire him.
I think Shandash would be sort of picking things up. I don't think Forest is going down, to be honest. West Ham is definitely going down, which was one of my picks in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it just does not look good, does it? Let me see. Let me pull up the schedule over here real quick, so we can make our kind of like picks. I forgot to look up our upset picks from last week.
Well, my upset was the United game.
Was it really? No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Wasn't it?
I have to go back and look at this. because I don't think it was, but that's a different story. Yeah, I don't know who the hell we picked. I know there were some quite interesting ones, really, like Villa winning away.
Yeah.
I don't think that was like coming anytime soon. Bournemouth almost like gets it past the line against Palace and stuff. But okay, let me put this on the screen over here, and then let's look at the upcoming week. Here we go. I think there we go. Let's zoom in a little bit to make this a bit easier over here. There we go. Okay. A couple of duds. When are we playing? Are we playing Sunday again, man? Yes, we
You're
are.
playing
Oh, no,
Villa. Are you playing Villa? No, Brentford.
we're playing Brentford away.
Yeah.
I thought it was Saturday, but I don't. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is Saturday. I thought it was Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Depends
then
on
United, right?
depends on the Frankfurt game, I think, because that is a difficult away game.
I don't
by
think it
anybody's
matters at
standard.
all, to be honest with you, because I think it's going to be different 11s, and I'm more worried about the Brentford game personally.
Really? Okay.
We're a team that can't defend set pieces going against a team that's good at set pieces. But then again, we said this against Arsenal, and it turned out the other way. So who knows?
Yeah, that's it. Well, if I may, first of all, I would be very interested in the outcome of the very boring, probably Wolves Burnley game. It will be a boring game, but I think
That is
it's
a
a chance
boring
to
one
pick
on a
up.
Sunday morning, man.
I know, yeah, but
I mean, Sunday morning for me at least. I would probably go ahead and do your upset pick. That's a good Arsenal Crystal Palace is an interesting one, actually. And then Villa City is an interesting one.
Villa, I have always said that they are going to pick up, but I don't know if they're good enough for City. Who's City playing this week?
They're playing Villa. What?
No. The Champions League.
Oh, let's see. I think it was somebody. Oh no, that was Villarreal.
Villarreal. Oh, okay.
Away.
Okay. My upset pick is the Chelsea game. I think Sunderland is going away with at least a point there.
Really? I can see that actually. That's not a bad shout. Oh man, there's a lot of duds. You know what? Let's roll the dice over here. Everton, Tottenham.
But Bournemouth Forest is a good one as well, isn't it?
Nah, that's gonna be a pounding, I think.
Do you think so? It's Dyche's
Bournemouth is pretty darn good. I really think Bournemouth is like a pretty decent team over there. So I think Bournemouth gets that one.
So it's not
upset, I'll go with Fulham. Hey, Football Flashback is in the house. Hey, speaking of betting and making picks, Football Flashback is the guy. There you go. See, I thought you were quitting, bro. Putting a bet on Chiesa to score tomorrow night. If there is a bet, I do those bets. They're a lot better when you do those where it's assist or goal, because it's a lot safer bet. I know the odds are not as great, but assist or, because especially in Chiesa's case, I think so. Gakpo, Ekitike, Chiesa. I would not mind seeing Rio back out there because we put the kids away for long over there. United Brighton, do you see anything happening there? Any worries or no?
2-0.
Really? Okay. Have some like huge belief. I mean, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you still have belief? Like, do you have like sudden belief in United now? If, like I said, I just gave you the XG in terms of like they're defending. In another day, that could have been like 3-4 easy.
The thing is, you asked me what position at the end of the season, and I told you about 8th or 9th, and you thought that was optimistic. I'm not going about that. I think we will be finishing around there. It's not hugely optimistic about United per se, but you have to admit that was a huge win. How many posts? I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, this rivalry is away at Anfield.
Yeah, I mean, at the worst, one of the worst times of the season, if United can beat Liverpool away, that is what the rivalry is about, isn't it? Really.
Football Flashback, unfortunately, yes. Sadly, we are related. I deny it as much as possible, though, aside from the show and the other podcasts we do as Canaria Bros. But I don't know. We talked about that before. It is an advantage, but it's also a disadvantage, right?
Yeah, I mean, we discussed this. I think like Bob too, but it could. I see your point as well. If you lose, there's a whole week of people chewing on that game for you to pick up on. So
Yes.
it is important to get some momentum going. I don't think it will be an ongoing thing, but he's putting the pieces in together. We needed a keeper. I did criticize about this keeper as well. If you remember, I would be going for a more seasoned goalkeeper, a more named one. But he may be sort of part of the solution there. And definitely in general, we need people in midfield. Instead of the Casemiro guy, who he took about 2 minutes. Did you notice that? As soon as he saw the yellow, he took him out.
Yes, because he's waiting to
So
happen. Yeah.
yeah, so he's learning. So he's learning how stupid Casemiro is, and he took them both because that part of the game, Liverpool players were easier when passing by the
Casemiro still
defense.
has not adjusted that he's not playing for Real Madrid in La Liga, where they're kind of
I
like
know, yeah,
protected. It's kind of like
yeah,
the Galatasaray of Turkey, where they are protected, and when they go to Europe, you're like, "What do you mean that's a yellow? What the hell?"
exactly, yeah, yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
it.
that's he's not for thank God for the internet full time. But we actually also do a podcast. You can subscribe to that if you would like. I
If
will
you
put
if you
that.
know Turkish, or yeah,
Yeah,
make
it is
some
in Turkish, so it's gonna
subtitles.
be a challenge to understand. I don't know if we can do subtitles or something like that, but we do one for Fenerbahce. Actually, we do like post matches and stuff like that over there, because obviously, because of this guy right here, our grandfather, obviously, being an all-time famous, one of the top Fenerbahce players of all time. If you look online and stuff like that, it's all confirmed. We could try a version in English, but then who the hell would listen to that aside from you? Is the question that comes to mind.
Well, I mean, it may look very attractive from the outside flashback, but I can assure you, you don't want to learn
Yeah,
more about
you don't want to learn more. No.
it. You don't need that in your life. You don't.
Yeah, you know more than enough, more than you should. Just it's more painful than it looks from outside. So, okay, so
Well,
we'll
I'm in Istanbul, um, uh, very close to where the Fenerbahce ground is, actually. So we are doing this intercontinentally, if that's a word.
it's a word, but it made no sense. I mean, yes, it is a word, but I don't think you refer to international. Let's go that way. Intercontinental. It's a hotel at best. Okay, that'll be it for us this week. This week's comedy ends over here. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, United will go back to their losing ways, and we'll go back to our winning ways, and we'll talk more about that.
Can I have a shout out? I would like to commend you for once, and thank you for not running away from the pre-match and the
You know,
post-match
first of
rivals.
all, first of all, I wasn't the one running away. Some of us have games in Europe and stuff, and some of us watched the international game, like you did
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
actually, we do broadcast for like the national games of Turkey and stuff like that too. Like a post matches on those as well. But yeah, there's no running away. We even like I had to do like extra work now. Probably gonna have to stay later at
Yeah,
home.
because we started this rival bros because him thinking United as at his worst, and he would beat me all season. But game one, win one, so it's the charm of rival
It
bros.
hurts. It really hurts to lose to like a mid-table side. It hurts.
Well,
That's
well,
all I gotta say. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, this one hurts. This has been a horrific month, because I think the God side was in October too. So can't wait to get past this goddamn month and head into November over here. But have a great week, everybody. I will see tonight. The panel show is back on Matush and the gang. I don't know what time. I think it's 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, but they'll announce that, I'm sure, because they'll schedule it on StreamYard here. And then I will be back tomorrow morning with Audrey. And then we'll basically do a early pre-match, because some of us are in Europe playing European games. There are
Well,
games midweek, you might not be
good luck
aware.
there. Galatasaray had 5 in there, as you remember. So you lost to Galatasaray. So with the math, I would take that game very seriously.
Yeah, that's not how math works, but yes, that's not how soccer math works, unfortunately, because based on that. But yeah, I mean, I think at the same time, Galatasaray created a lot, so they're defensively not that good, but attacking wise, Frankfurt is good. It's going to be an interesting match. I'm hoping we see some. I think Football Flashback and Bob were mentioning, I think earlier too. Like, we do see some fresh blood getting opportunities, but without way too much rotation. Because we always talk about, we do this thing, and that's, going back to Klopp days, it was a whole new 11 or something. I do want Chiesa out there, but playing with some regular midfielders too. And so there is not this like nobody has played with each other before thing going. But let's hope for the best. I'll be here tomorrow morning to preview that. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.